Hello, my name is Brit and a warm welcome to this knitting podcast called Knitting at the Seaside Farm. Hello, here I am, back again. It's been a while since the last episode from me, but now I am placed myself in my living room with all my knitting bags, and I hope to share a little joy of knitting, my love of yarn, and all the inspiration I have got this last week since I talked with you. My name is Brit, and I come from Norway, from a little island called Frøya, and the town next to this island is Trondheim. So if you have a map, you will find this city, I think, Trondheim, and you get farther out in this ocean, and there you will find my little island called Frøya. And here I live on a little farm. I'm not a farmer, I'm a teacher, but on this farm we have a lot of sheep, old Norwegian sheep called villsau, and I have talked about that in a special episode that I played in the summer of this season, I think. I shall write the number of this episode here, so you can go back if you want to hear a little more about this special race that we have. That is this old Norwegian sheep race from back to the Vikings time, I will say. Yes. But then I have invited my husband, Ola, and he know a lot about this sheep, and he talk about that to you all. Yes, so go there and you will hear a little more, if you will hear a little more about our special sheep on this farm. We also try to collect the wool, and we send it to the mill, Selbu mill in Trondheim, and we get our own yarn that I called litle yarn. That also I shall talk a little bit about this episode. And this time I have so difficult to start. And I babbling, and I have to try I have to start a new one, a new beginning. I try about 20 times. I will say yes, and now I began to jumping, but now I will go wider and try to talk about that. I shall talk about knitting and what I have done and what I have on my needles, and I will talk a little bit of Christmas. So grab yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or something nice to drink, and take you knitting or crochet and take along in this episode to hear me babbling away about my knitting life this last the last week, I shall say. It has been a very busy week, but not in this knitting life. It has been a very busy song life this last month, because my vocal group, we call us FAM vocal group. We are 5 ladies that sing, and we have joined a competition, the Norwegian competition, a lot of choir in Trondheim in this start of this month, and we get 2 second place in our class and a very good score. So we are very, very grateful and happy for this week, but this was hard work. And in the last weekend we have played in the studio, that we played 4 of our songs that shall streaming in Spotify and YouTube in the spring 2024. And that I will, of course, tell you about when it will come out. But that was also very hard job. So it's been a lot of singing life and perhaps a little less of this knitting life of mine. But something has been finished, of course, yes. And I sit with a new jumper. Red one is, you can call it a Christmas jumper, perhaps. Very easy Christmas jumper. I started in April with this, and is in the deco yarn from Hillesvåg called Embla. And I also talk about Hillesvåg in my English episode, a very, very early episode. I talk about my visiting in Hillesvåg Mills that lie in Bergen. And you will find this, I shall write this number, that I talk about this, my love and passion of this Hillesvåg yarn. And that, this jumper is one of this project I have knit from their yarn from Hillesvåg, yes. And it's a good warm jumper, but it's a very easy pattern. It's also from Wenche Roald. I have this year of Wenche Roald in my Norwegian podcast life and in my Norwegian Revelry group. They can knit, we have a knit along with Knit All You Want from Wenche Roald the whole year, and I get prizes little here and there, and yes, and I have some little knitting along also from Wenche Roald. We have in this time mittens, and I also have this knit along in the Revelry group of the English spoken word in the Revelry that called Knitting at the Seaside Farm, and there I have this knit along Wilfreda. Yes, knit of Wilfreda from Wenche Roald. It has been a very famous pattern from her in the whole world because it's in English, and it's similar to this ranunculus and low note, yes. So many of you, I will think, have knit before. I have knit two Wilfreda, and now I have done this easy sorgenfri, it's called in Norwegian. It's not English pattern, only in Norwegian, but I will say it's very similar to some of Petite Knits. What is it called? Oh, I don't know what the English word of that jumper is. I write it down here, but she has many very simple pattern. You know, you start up and go down, yes, and you have this raglan and little here, you see, and easy peasy, yes. But when I knit this, I suddenly think I have a sort of this jumper before. And yes, I go to my stash and find a very old jumper that my mother had knit when I was about 14-15 years, and I still have it. I don't throw anything, no. But she has knit these stripes and yes, I think I look like very Wally. You know, these children books where you find this little boy that have this stripe jumper, and it's also red and white. So I have a similar jumper that Wally has, yes, but it's about over 40 years old, and my mother, I think I have a little hole here when I was young, and mom has sew a little teddy bear on it. It's so cute, and it made me so happy to see it. It was because it's my mother that had knit it for me, but I see that it's almost the same raglan that I have in my jumper. So, it's not a new pattern, and I think many has knitted similar without a pattern, I will think, yes. But for, shall we see, we got here, yes. For us that is not so creative in our brain, that is very good to have a pattern to read it from, yes. So now I have this easy peasy, good and warm Christmas colors jumper to go in this season. So now it's before Christmas, so I am very happy and grateful to get finished with this, yes. I use about 400 grams of this embla, yes, and it's some yarn I have long time in my stash, so I be very happy to have used it in something that is a good thing, yes. So that I've been finished with, and this is a big thing, yes, and a good thing to be finished with. But that I will why there, I think it's more the little things I have been finished with. I see around not yes, here it is under this. It's Sock October, and Brit has also knit some Sock Octobers. Here is a very easy vanilla socks and stripes, yes. And this yarn is from my advent calendar last year that I get 24 minis, and I have used it in some of them in a jumper, and now I try to use some of them before a new 24 Christmas calendars balls come to my house and start 1st of December. So I have a lot of small these little balls again, so perhaps it have to be a lot of stripes socks before Christmas, but here is one, yes. And I have sorry, it's so much around me that is falling down, and yes, indeed. But here is the next color I have collect. Some pink and green, and this green I think shall be in the top and to the flap and in the front of the socks. So I shall start tomorrow, I think, yes, to get some new stripes socks before Christmas and before the new calendar come to start 1st of December. Yes, and so we have to talk a little about Christmas. You know, in the last episode, I have this, you can, perhaps not in the last, but from episode to, yeah, in the past, yes, I have this giveaway that you can get a Christmas calendar from me if you go into the Revelry group and only say, I wish a Christmas calendar. And now I have drawn a winner, and the winner is Crafty Tea Life, and I have right to you, so you know it. It's not a surprise for you here, but now you other also know who the winner is. That is Crafty Tea Life, and she will get 25 little gifts that I shall send her from Norway, and I think she lives in Canada. Yes, so that I hope shall make a happy December for her in this year. Yes, but I think that we shall have a little gift in this episode. Not a whole calendar, but I think I shall send you a Christmas gift to someone. A little magic secret Christmas gift from me. But then you have to write the comments under here, and that I want to hear about it. What you are knitting now from before Christmas, and are you knitting something that is special for Christmas? That you can give me some inspiration. That I can perhaps find something new to knit before Christmas. So if you write the comments under here, I will draw a winner the next episode of a little secret Christmas gift from me. Yes, so I can send in the whole world. So if you want a little Christmas gift from me, you have to write under here, and I love to hear what you are knitting to special of this Christmas time. So go along, be with me, and perhaps you are the lucky winner the next time. And this Christmas season is starting. I have already started a lot of Christmas preparing. Yes, I have started to make a lot of Christmas calendar that shall out in the whole world. And I have started a little Christmas gift knitting, some to my friends and family, and I'm almost. I have to. You see, I have not. Here is a little ball I have knit, a little Christmas ball. Yes, a little big Christmas ball. This is a free pattern from one called Mary and Stefan. She has some Christmas balls that is free in Revelry, and this special pattern is a Norwegian pattern called the Marius pattern. That is a famous pattern from Norway. A lot of things are knitting in Marius, and you can also buy a lot of cups and mugs and paper and a lot of things that had this Marius pattern on it. And here is one Marius Christmas balls, and you can get this pattern for free if you go to Mary and Stefan's, and you will find it. So I have knitting one big Christmas ball. I have to knit a lot of some more, I think. Perhaps it shall be some gifts from some of my knitting friends in the world. And for some of my family, I have knit a Marius sock, and that is in a Dika yarn called Viking sock garn. And in this month, this knitting community in Norway knit a lot of pink things. Yes, because we are collecting money for the breast cancer, and if we knit pink project, we can lay it in the knit along, and we will have the possibility to win great gifts from this person that has this knit along, and we all have to donate some money if we lay in a project in this knit along. So I am almost finished with this pink Marius. I have a little bit of second, but this go very fast to knit it because it's a deco yarn and you knit in the 3.5 needles, so it's fun. Yeah. And I think some of my family members will be happy to get these pink socks. Yes. And that I don't know if you can find the pattern in Revelry of these socks, because that is in a book, a Norwegian book. Yes. But perhaps you can find some other Marius pattern that is free or you can buy. So that I'm just have talking about this Christmas ball is in Marius, so that you can find. And more of Christmas, I am now take out my books of Arne and Carlos. You all know Arne and Carlos Christmas balls. I have this book, and I have a calendar of 24 Christmas balls, and I now take a lot of them and start to knitting little balls that shall be gifts this Christmas. in calendars and as a Christmas gift. But I cannot show you here in this episode. That is a little secret, and I know that some of them that shall get some of my Christmas ball, they perhaps see this episode. So I have to have this little secret of this Christmas ball knitting from to my after Christmas episode, I think. Yes, I think so. But Arne and Carlos have a lot of Christmas balls pattern, and you can buy it in Reverie, I think. Yes, a lot of them, and a lot is in books. And I know also this first Arne and Carlos book is also in English. You can find it perhaps in Amazon. Perhaps you will find these books. And I also knit something else for this Christmas time. I talked about that last episode though. This little snow mittens, mini mittens of Sophia Kapell. Sophia Tales, I don't know, she is called Sophia Karlsson. She has these little cute little mittens that you can have like at a gift, like a decoration. I think it's very nice, and you can hang it on the Christmas tree also. So I knit a lot of this also these days for Christmas. Yes, and I love to share join knit-alongs before Christmas. In Norway we have a lot of. I don't know. Have you some knitting alongs that it's special for Christmas in your country? That I want to hear about if you will write some of in the comments. In Norway we have a lot. I love the knitting mittens and socks, yes, and jumper, yes. That I know this Helen Stewart, she has also a knit went, she called it, and that start today. The first pattern come today, and I as joining in. I don't know if I get time to knit something about it, but I am joining is and love to see the pattern she share in this Reverie group. And I know also that Sophia Kapell, Sophia Tales, perhaps shall have this mystery knit along for before Christmas in some Christmas socks perhaps. So if you share the YouTube channel of Sophia Tales, I will certainly that you will hear about it in some of the next episode of her. I am so happy that Sophia Tales has started and to get out in YouTube, and she has a lot of episodes now had come out, and I love that everyone. She is a beautiful person, and she makes so beautiful YouTube episode. So if you don't have hear about Sophia Tales, you can go into the YouTube and find her. Yes. Okay. Suddenly it was a little break here, but you don't have no experience with that. In the YouTube world, we can push this pause button and go into the ordinary life, and so go back in and make this podcast finish. Yes. My husband suddenly come home and we have to make some dinner, and now I have placed him in another living room we have, and with a cup of coffee, and sit there till I be finished with this knitting podcast in English, and be a little away from me, so I don't think he is hearing me spoken and babbling of my Norwegian English and with all my funny words. That is a little embarrassed. I'll be a little embarrassed if someone hear me. Do you understand what I mean? Yes. Blushing in my face. Yes. Is this Mrs. Perfect that I think it is Sarah in the podcast from the Netherlands talk very good about, and I have a big Mrs. Perfect on my back today. But the most important is to share this knitting joy is that I want, and is then I make this podcast. Yes. When I have this break, I found out I could get these books of Arne and Carlos that I talking about in this Christmas episode segment I have. And here is this book. I sure about you have seen it before. This is a very young Arne and Carlos. I think it's about, I don't know when this came out. Yeah, 2010. Yes. So it's 14 years ago, 13 years ago, since the first book of these Christmas balls get out in this world. And I have knit a lot of these Christmas balls in this book. And we in Norway also could buy a calendar in the same 2012, I think. Then you can buy this calendar with 1 balls each day in December before Christmas. Yes, and I also make some of them, but I have never done all of them, and I never done it like a Christmas calendar. I always start a little before and make some for Christmas gift or for Christmas decoration in my own home. But it's funny little knitting project, I think, before Christmas, so I warm recommend it to go in to make these little cute Christmas balls. Arne and Carlos have a lot, but you can find a lot of Christmas balls pattern in Reverie if you go into and look and take a little, yes, mysterious knitting. Not mysterious, but much fine Christmas ball you can find in this big beautiful Reverie library, so that I love so much, that has makes so much fun in my life, and I use Reverie every day, I think. Yes, and I will think the knitter all over the world do the same as my but let us go a little further. I have to show you some pretty present I suddenly get in my post box these days. This is from a knitter in Norway called Linn. She also make a lot of knitting markers that she sell, and I have bought a lot of them. But she also is a very beautiful knitters, especially mittens knitters. She make a lot of beautiful mittens, and if you will find her in Instagram, and I won't recommend it to follow her, because self is in Norwegian. You will see a lot of lovely picture of lovely knitters project that she knit. And she bought some wool yarn from me and knit this pair of mittens. Oh, it should see lovely. That is so lovely. And it's a Norwegian pattern from one called Anita. I shall see if I find her name here. Where it is? Where is it? Anita. She is called Astrid Lines. And in Norwegian, the name of the pattern called Høstrosevotter. And I think you can, with a little Google Translate, follow the mittens pattern. If I shall translate it in English, it can mean like autumn rose mittens, I will think. And here you see this rose. And it's so beautiful. And when she has knitted, she think that, oh, I have very many mittens. Perhaps I shall send these mittens to Brit as a gift for her beautiful yarn. And yes, and I was so surprised. I have no idea that she would send this to me. And it is a perfect post form for me, but perhaps I shall send it further, yeah, to another person that is in my family. She is oh no, I have to think of this word again. ja, she fortjener, and I write it down up here, she fortjener give a special present of this ville ulljarn. But so lovely, and you see it get very, very lovely. My ville yarn get very lovely in this ferile pattern, I think. Yes. And I also, it was very much happiness and heart jumping in the post box these days. For suddenly I get this yarn that also is my ville ull yarn. She has colored on this gray base of mine and get this fantastic color. Ah, I love it so much, and I shall use it in a two-colored jumper, I think. And perhaps I only will use one, and then I have one left. Perhaps that can be a giveaway. But not before I have found this perfect pattern to knit in with this lovely, lovely hand-dyed yarn from my friend that is called Janne. And she has an English podcast with a friend that is called Strikk på landet, but I don't know the country, knitting on the countryside, perhaps. I shall write it down. They are two women that have a podcast together, and they also have English episodes. So if you want to see them, you can go to this channel that I write over here. They is very, very good knitters, and Janne can a lot of technique, and it's so full of knitting wisdom, klokskap. Yes, I shall. Yes, I think today I will have used less time to translate all in the subtitles under here, and that instead of talking English today. Oh, yes, so it is. I will talk about a little of my other passion I have. I am very fond of knitting, you know, and yarn, but I also love to go to second-hand shops and flea market. I love to find these treasures in this shop that have been used before but can have a new life here to me. And in last week I take a own little trip to Trondheim, and the only thing I should do was to go in this second-hand store to a little treasure hunting to see if I can find something that make me happy. only a little happy trip to Trondheim. Not anything I should do, only go in this treasure hunting. And I have one thing. I should visit Husfriden, this special yarn shop that finds many places in Norway, and they have a lot of Rauma, Finull, and other good yarn that is from Norway. So I also have a little visit in their shop. But I was in this second-hand mood and I found a little thing, and I found something that I shall send wider in this Christmas calendar of mine, things that other collect that I think will be a fine gift to send wider. Yes, and I find this lovely dress. You see here, it makes me so happy. It's a playful dress, and it's just perfect for my teacher life that I met a lot of young kids at age from 0 year and up to 10 year, and I know they also will love this dress. So that was a very, very good fun and very good treasure to find. Yes. And I also find this lovely, lovely mug with this beautiful rose that only have a cost about 1 pound. That makes me happy. If you can get something very cheap, that is lovely. And then I also love. In my home, I have a lot of things that I have found before, and I not have many things buy new. No, I have a lot of things buy in the flea market, and I collect these beautiful dishes with mugs, perhaps you. And I have never enough to have had a whole set of things. It's many dishes different, yes. But it make me happy. One orange, one with this lovely flower on, and one with other flowers. And this is also with mugs. I have all mugs with flower, mugs with Christmas. The only things I have many of is Moomin cups, Moomin mugs. That I collect. That is the new thing that come into my house. But I often get it in a Christmas gift from my children, so I not often buy it by myself. I also collect old pot holders, yes, and I hang it up like a curtain in my kitchen window. I shall show you a little picture that you see in this window for me, that I hang all my old pot holders that I find on flea market. And then they make me so happy. They are so beautiful made, and yes, I think of all of this lady that has sit in this living room and with her hooker and crochet these beautiful pot holders, yes. And they cannot, I don't think they are very good to these warm pots on their oven, but yes, for my window is perfect. So I also find a book there when I was traveling to Trondheim, and that was a book from one famous designer in Norway. I don't think she has so many English pattern, but she is called Kari Hesnes, and this is a very old treasure that she has write knit in your own colors and find your colors, yes. And I think a lot of you know if you are a spring person or a summer, a autumn or winter, and I think it was a good thing to get in this analyze to find out what knitter are I, yes. Can I find something more about it? And in September, a famous podcaster called Taylor from Wool Needs Hands had a special episode that she called 7 Steps to Find My Knitting Style. And I am in this mood to find my knitting style. And this book is a good thing to read to perhaps find more about who I am in this color person, yes. And that is very funny with this book, that she has made one pattern and she has made this color in each season's person, you know. So if you go to this lovely jumper here, you see here are the autumn colors for the autumn person, and so the same pattern here is the winter person, and here is the same pattern in spring person, and at last here is the same person and the same pattern in the summer. But when I was reading that, I think I am a lot of this person. I am not only one. I can love the color of winter, I can love the color of autumn, and I even can love the color in the summer person. So it was not so easy to find out who's the color person I can follow. No, but I don't think that is so easy way. I think we are a lot of person in one. Yes, perhaps you all think that, and but I think it's necessary, it's a good thing to go into this analysis and find out your own knitting style. Who are you, or who, where are you in your knitting style? And I also think that is very will be different in which age you are, in which season you are. But I have done a little search who I am. And one thing I love very much is the rainbow. Yes, I love the rainbow. And I also love this clear, strong color that is in the rainbow. So all that color I have a much passion to use. And I have just knitting finished seat pad. You know, I have a lot of seat pad in this time, and some reason I was not so lucky with some of my felting, but this time I have been very lucky. Oh, this is so different to get in this seat pad. You see. This is a rainbow seat pad. Oh, this makes me so happy. And I have used a lot of leftovers from fritids yarn from Sandnes. So I now have got throw away a lot of my old stash in this beautiful sit pad, I think. And here is a lot of the color I love. I love this red one, but I just see that I don't have so many red things in my garderobe. But now I get this lovely jumper, so now I have one things. I have a big passion for orange, but perhaps not so much in my jumper. I have more before, but I have get much more less in weight, so they have been too big for me, so I have to knit some more in the orange. And I also, I don't know, I should with this one, not yet enough. And I also love this yellow that I don't like so much before, but that it have been in the last year. That has yellow come in. And I love this strong blue. I love a little purple. And here in the middle I have a little pink. It's not so much pink in the rainbow, but I love pink. And you see also this green one I also love. So rainbow is absolutely a color to go after for me. But sometimes I don't in this rainbow mood, and then I perhaps more in this autumn. And in the last month I have joined in Sophia Capelle, Sophia Tales, in her knit along knit socks. She has this Mysteria knit along that you can learn more to knit socks. And I have joined it, and I bought some yarn when I was in this competition, Norwegian competition in Trondheim in the start of this month, that someone in that called Anita Strikketante has hand dyed. And here you have this autumn color that I also love. And here is the start of these socks. I think she has come with the third clue, but I only start in the second, you see. But I have a cozy time with knitting these socks and don't stress with it. And my new learning in these socks, I taking a new learning that is knit two at the same time in the magic loop that I never done before, and I think that it was a perfect pattern to practice this thing, and I think it goes very well. And yes, but that I also learned, but because I tried it with some other socks, my Marvius socks I showed you before, then I don't have this big needle. The needle was 80 centimeter, but this is over 100, and it goes better with a bigger needle, I see, if you shall knit two at the same time. That I learned. But it goes very well with this needle and this yarn and this pattern from Sophia Tales. So I am a little autumn also. So before the new year, 2024, I think I should go into this steps that Taylor recommended, and she has a little list of it. She says that define your vision first. What is your vision of your knitting life? What will you do? And give it a name. It's point 2. And gather inspiration. What is the inspiration of gather for you? And take a color palette of you, and a texture profile, and consider of the yarn. And the 7th is synthesize all into a knitting mood board. And I warm recommend this episode of Taylor. I think it's from the 14th of September. And I will make this little board. I think it will be a good way to go into the new year with a little analysis of my knitting life. And perhaps it will do that it will easier to collect color or collect things that make me happy. And yeah, see the knitting life of my in this over me in this drone, it's called in Norwegian. So I would recommend it to go into analyze your knitting life, and perhaps go into these 7 steps that Taylor recommended. I am away to make my own board now, and my little book from Kari Hesnes is a little helping. Yes. So yes, I have decided that I am a rainbow person and perhaps a autumn person also. So that I am into. And what is on my needle wider? Yes, I have a lot of things. I want to show you something else I have in rainbow. For 3-4 years ago, I also have a rainbow knit along. Yes, because I love to knit in rainbow, and I have it with another Norwegian podcaster that called Britt Arnhild, and she also have an English speaking podcast too, some episode, and she is a very good speaker of English, and she is very talk about a lot of other things, and she is so good to hear on, and I warm recommend it to visit Britt Alners podcast. And we have this knit along about rainbow, knitting in rainbow, and here is one of this project. You all perhaps know what I am talking about here. The Veritas. I think it's a Veritas Unite shawl of Stephen West that I have knit in different good rainbows color. Yes, and this is the little one, but it has grown big when I blocked it. Yes, but it's so cozy and good and warm and make me happy with this color. And I want to knit another shawl of a Veritas Unite shawl, but this time I could think to knit myself a pink font in a lot of pink, different pink color, and about red perhaps also. Oh, that I want the next Veritas Unite shawl, I think. And when we talk about Stephen West, I also have one more Stephen West shawl that I just now knitting. And I have come a little more about it. You shall see here, and my dishes back here. Whoops! And here you see my exploration station shawl. And here you see this pink color is coming into it. And now I just started on a new technique for me, that also the brioche part. This part 2. And Stephen West is he is telling very slowly and very good how to do this technique. So I get into it and is very happy to fix it. And I is very happy with this color in this exploration station. So this shawl shall get a little more love now the next day, so I hope I can get finished with this part 2 and go further to part 3 in this exploration station shawl. Stephen West, you don't need to knit the last big mysterious shawl knit along he has. You can go back and see all the other beautiful shawl he also had design. Oh yes, this episode but no, we are soon finished, I think. I have to make it, I think, so we can go a little wider in the life, and I can come next time perhaps a little more quiet and peaceful in my talking. But I have something more on my needle also. When I was finished with this jumper, this Sorgenfri from Wenche Roald, I have some yarn left over, and I have a lot of this pink one of Embla. And I'm wondering what shall I start to knit with this yarn. And then I think that I should knit myself a pair of slippers. And this is the Flora slippers of Kajsa Fredriksson. And here I also learn a new technique. I shall learn to cast on with a Judith magic cast on. Yes, and that I never done before, perhaps 1 or 2 times. But here I should do it in 2 colors. I don't get it. No, I don't get it. Oh, it was so difficult. But I think, okay, perhaps you only have to practice your cast on, Judith cast on, and you try the easiest part first with 1 color. So I cast on with 1 color, and that I get into. Lucky me. And here is the flap of these slippers. And I also do it a little easier. It shall be a 2-colored pattern back at this foot, and another 2-color pattern on the front. But I get in this front. Do you see this lovely flower? That is Flora slippers, you know. But back I have only stripe. So this, I think it's we can call it a very easy way of this Flora slippers, but it is a way to practice the Judith cast on, and perhaps the next pair of my slippers shall be at the right pattern with this 2-colored pattern cast on back here in this Judith magic cast on. But it was very difficult, yes. But okay, when you practice, you get better. And now I have learned a new thing. So in this mode, I have learned brioche. I have learned to knit 2 at once with magic loop, and I have learned to take this Judith magic cast on with 1 color. The next step is with 2 color. But it will be of some slippers, I think. I also start a new jumper in thick fritids yarn from Sandnes, and that's also in pink. And here, so I have come so far, and it is so funny. And when I see in this pattern, I think I should knit one in the size M, we call it in Norway, medium. But I have read someplace that the pattern is good enough for that I will have a very big big jumper in this yarn. So I have to go up to XL, the big large, I think, to get this oversized jumper, because I want a very big, cozy, warm, oversized jumper in this fleeces yarn. But I think it's will go well if I only have to increase a lot of more knitters. Yes, you know, this day knitters cast on mask. Yes, on this arm. I start with the arm, and then I get to seal it, if how this pattern will live. Yes, and I see that I have to go up to a large when I start to knit this arm. So it will be, but when, I don't know. I don't know it will be finished this year, and then it will be finished the next years. So that I have done this last days and the last month, and yes, I think that is all. I think I get into a episode for you. Oh, happy days and happy time. Oh, today it was very difficult to make this episode, but I hope you have understand that I will share a lot of love about my happy life and happy knitting life, and the joy and love of my yarn and the inspiration. And I hope you get some inspiration also. And don't forget, if you write a comment under this episode, I will draw a winner that gets themselves a little mysterious secret Christmas gift from me, with, of course, some yarn from Norway, I think, and a lot of little knitting stash, or something else, if I find something that special if for the winner. Yes. So if you want to share with me some of your knitting before Christmas, and a special knitting project that you do before Christmas, or if you know about something knit along that is Christmas related, yes, that I will be happy to hear about. Tomorrow I shall travel to Romsdal. This my mother live next to Rauma wool fabric. Yes, there it's not so far to go with the car, 1 hour about. So I shall also take myself to this Rauma wool fabric this time, and take a little yarn holiker because my stash in Rauma is a little, so I have to have some more in my stash. And I also will give some fine Rauma yarn to other in this Christmas calendar, I think. Yes, some that I make a lot of these days, and some of I think shall get some fine Rauma wool in this calendar. Yes, I think that will be lovely. This is a special for me. It's from Norway, and it's from my birthplace, so that will be a special meaning for me to give wider to someone in this world. But perhaps you can also get that if in the special Christmas gift if you is the winner. So then I will thank you for today, and wish you all happy knitting time, happy making, and take care, and I will soon see you. Bye bye, and much hug and love from me.